Alright, what's going on, guys? Yeah, back with some more Diablo. I haven't been playing as much recently because um, obviously I managed to kill the final boss or whatever. I think I showed that in the last stream. Was able to mollywop the wrong cool Uber Lilith or the Echo of Lilith down here in this here capstone dungeon. It doesn't have a check mark on it now, but it did earlier because I reset the dungeons and so it reset her as well. But I have beat her. Um, as for the Duriel runs, right now I have enough for 4. I'm trying to get enough for 5. So I need to grind the Helltide, and the Helltide is on for 9 minutes. So we're probably gonna have to wait for the other ones because I kind of want to do them in a row, and I don't have enough time to get Living Steel in that amount of time. So I guess while we wait for another Helltide to start, they don't usually take too long to start. We'll probably run some dungeons maybe, but probably focusing on this Tree of Whispers done here that already started. Let's see. So we went like 3 Grim Favors at most. We could take 5. What does this do? Harvest, venomous modes. No, cause it's like harvesting and stuff. That's annoying. That's PvP. I mean, yeah, at this point, I'd rather just run a dungeon. So, I mean, how long is that open for? 44 minutes? I mean, I could probably clear the dungeon faster than that, but that'll be annoying if I don't. This one's up for an hour. We've already done it, but it doesn't matter. And it's right where we need to go anyway after we grind the Helltide. So, ugh. Alright, this is being so stupid, bro. There we go. And if I do this, I don't know why it's making this Chrome my base one. Because I'm trying to open it so that way when I have to end the stream, I don't have to worry about it being late. Like, I open this Chrome, sign in on the right account, set as default. Oh, it's because I'm Microsoft Edge for some reason, my default. Alright, put on Google Chrome, and then if I press settings now... Okay, it opens on the same Chrome. Okay, that was weird. But yeah, not too much, stuff new. I never showed this off, but I changed the crown for my character. And you can only get this from the boss Zur. I guess it might be like a rare drop or something, but I managed to get it, so I have that instead of my old, this one, the old helm. I think this one looks a lot better, personally, especially with the blue. But, yeah, no, we're still running the same explosion, slash bone spear build. I've been running around a lot more with just the focus than with the shield, because the shield is mainly when I'm running like nightmare dungeons, and we're not doing that a whole lot. So, I mean, having the damage is just a lot better. What in the hell just happened? My computer just went through like a bunch of updates and stuff. Alright. But, yeah, let me turn the game volume up since it's really just gonna be me talking here. But yeah, I've been looking at some of like the good necro builds so far for season 4, and a lot of them include having all your summons, which is really cool because I want that. And then it's also like, I think there's like a blood build as well with having like the summoner stuff, which is kind of like the thing I'm gonna go for, because in this I did darkness and then I ended up doing bone, but I never did like a blood build. I went on and off with a few of the blood skills, mainly with blood lance, but other than that, you know, it's just been me using kind of like the base stuff. I also never really ran blight, but looking at the build and everything for the season 4, like, it's gonna be crazy, because another thing too was when I was looking at it, the guy used 7 glyphs, which also means 7 paragon boards. Now when you think of it like that, let me turn the volume down here. Like, for my build right now, we're only using 5 glyphs. You can see there's only 5 highlighted down there. But this dude, you go through 7 of these, and I'm pretty sure they only have like 8 actual like ones. Or no, you have 9. So you're using 7 out of 9 boards. And then grabbing a bunch of glyphs and a bunch of these like bonus stats here, and there's a lot of these. But it all seems really good. It's mainly like a golem based kind of build, because I guess there's a new, they're called temperaments, I figured out. So like the orange stuff is the temperament, or the aspect, and then the temperament is like the regular white stats on the armor. So there's a new one that's gonna be on the amulet. It was supposed to be on everything, but then it was really OP, so I think they're making it only on the amulet. But it gets like the golem passive on the skill tree. I think you get like +5 for this down here, so you go up to like 200% or damage for the golem, which is nuts, on top of the bonus damage he's gonna receive off of like all our stats and everything. So use a lot of that, and then a lot of the minion aspects. And then what you do is you grab the skeletal mage one, where it increases the amount you can have, so you go up to 5. And then another thing you do is you grab an aspect that gives you 3%, I think it was critical strike chance or something, per every skeletal mage active, so you get like a total of 15%. I think it might just be damage, not critical strike damage. But again, really good. Like the thought process behind the build is like so big brain, because everything just stacks onto each other. And like one thing you won't grab is you won't be grabbing this, because you don't need to give your minions increased armor or anything, because you're going to reach the max cap of armor and they're going to get all of that, and your resistance to elements. And then you don't really need this, because I mean you could heal your guys and stuff, but you're not going to put more than like 1 point into here. But everything will go here, and then you're going to be using Army of the Dead, because you can get that cooldown rate pretty like fast to cool down. And it's also really good because you can, there's an aspect that helps you with like your minions do more damage and attack speed while this is active. I don't think they use that though, which is pretty weird. But then you also run the Shadow Blight instead of running this, because again you're already stacking a lot of your attack speed with your minions and stuff like that. So I think he said you would run this because the Shadow Blight helps you just gain increased damage. Another thing was use Corpse Tendrils, but not Corpse Explosion, which was kind of weird. I never really saw that in any of the builds. And obviously you would run the Curse here just for the cooldown. And then I don't think you actually grab any of the masteries for the Skeletal Mages and Warriors. I don't remember if he did or not. And then I don't think you run Blood Mist at all. You might actually, I don't remember. Obviously there's no Bone Spear. And then you use Blight for the huge like lucky hit chance with it. And then I'm not sure if you grab any of these. It might be this one, increased minion damage within Blight, something like that. And then you start off with this. You start off with Reap, but you don't really use that. You're more focused on running Blight, the core skills, because the basic skills are only for like beginning game, and then you start building off the core skills for like mid and end game. And then obviously you wouldn't put any points into this because there's no bone, but it's a very, very like tedious specific build. So I mean, like I want to run that build, but at the same time I also want to run like a blood summoner build. So I'll probably test the few, see which one I like more. Because the one I saw is definitely more dependent on minions and like your golem, because you're like stacking all the golem damage that you can, and then the hit rate cooldowns and everything for your minions. Which that's another thing, is your mages can decrease cooldowns by like 3 seconds on every hit, and as long as you keep increasing your minion attack speed, it's gonna be nuts. And then it was also something with the wind-up effect of the Reaper soldiers. I forget what that effect is. So if we go to Skeletal Warriors, the Reapers, you would choose like the first one. I don't know, because they change everything for the minions in the 4th season. So I mean, I'll go over the build when the season comes out. But you know, as for the aspects, it's not like any crazy aspects, like any seasonal exclusives. For the most part, you could probably still make the build now. It just wouldn't be as good as the next season. But before, with the amount of buffs you were able to give your golem, with like the damage percent increase, I think it went up to like a 500% damage increase, and so like the build is able to hit like 6 billion with the golem. But now you can only hit maybe like towards 1 billion, which is still absolutely insane. Like 1 billion damage is a huge number for not even you to deal, like your minion. But I do like this build here. This is kind of the build that I kind of like accidentally made in the first place when I was running this and then the gauntlets with the corpse explosion effect. But this helps a lot more with the balance to bone spear and the corpse explosion. Because then I still have increased damage and everything with this. Like I have the max. And then ossified essence and all the other stuff helps with bone spear. This helps with the corpse explosions again. And then I think, do I have pants that give me, yeah, my pants give me more corpse explosions. I think I have this one on because it has plus damage instead. That's really for boss fights. So I think we'll do, which one should we do? Because this will also increase our damage stat-wise. And we don't really need the Bone Storm barrier since we're not running like a hard mission. So we'll just put this one on. But yeah, having the armor cap only be set to like 9,000 is just going to make it so much easier to have that capped defense. And then the like absorbed damage will like always be the same no matter the level of the enemy you're fighting. So if you're fighting like an enemy level that's like 200, you're still going to be able to tank a certain percentage of the damage no matter what. So that's really awesome. And then so if you cap out all your armor stats, your minions will also be capped. So that's literally the reason you don't need any of the bonuses towards that. But I also think that the 7 glyphs is absolutely insane. But it's also because you want your minions to have all the buffs that they possibly can. I do love this build though. I like having the bone spear. It's really nice. It's literally almost the same as like blood lance. Like they kind of work almost exactly the same. Except there's so many buffs to like actual bones like skills. Like on the board and not even just the paragons, that it makes it so much more useful to go for the bones. And then corpse explosion is just one of those OP abilities. You mix that with corpse tendrils, you're insanely OP. And the only reason I'm kind of still running Duriel for now is I want to get the Shaco helmet. And it's like I'm gonna be doing 5 runs. It's like my last 5 chances to grab it. Because if I do, my skills would just be like super overpowered. Shit, I hate when he does that. There we go. Alright, map, Tree Whispers. So there's still no Helltide. I don't know when one's gonna start. Let me check though on max roll. I hope it's not too far away and I got bad timing on streaming. Max roll GG. Oh, I should have done Diablo 4 specifically. Here we go. Let me see. Helltide. Okay, there's a Helltide in literally like 20 seconds, so we're good. So we ran through the dungeon real quick. Got this. Grab our reward. I usually don't care what I get out of this. Have I ever seen this one? Oh yeah, it's damage over time instead. Grab this. Two-handed leg guards. Two-handed. Oh, this is one-handed. It's like focuses and stuff. Yeah, I guess I'll go there. I literally have not been getting any legendary ones. Like, I have a 40% chance of getting a legendary one because of the season. And I just have not been getting any, like, my last few times going. No, terrible. Okay. And here's the Helltide. You know, I do love how well this build runs through the Helltide, but just through like AoE kind of stuff. 'Cause that was the one weakness with just a straight Bone Spear build before. It's like the AoE damage wasn't great. And I would run out of Essence a lot. But this is like constantly max Essence. I'm doing great AoE damage because of Corpse Explosion and Tendrils having all those ranks to them. The amplify damage with the curse definitely helps a lot more than having just straight up damage being applied. Is there no chest here? What in the hell? Okay, here they are. So we need to get this one. The amplify damage gives us like plus 12%. No, I think we get like a around plus 20% damage because of how many ranks we have in it. Yeah, plus 20% more damage to enemies that are cursed, which just is, it works with every skill, which is good. Because the one skill, if I were to put it into Evulsion, that only helps with bone skills, but because the curse helps with all skills, then the Corpse Explosion also is a lot better. Then obviously Corpse Tendrils is always going to be a goated skill for the critical hits. We're already at 40, huh? We're going pretty quick. Yeah. I think grinding for Malphus is definitely an easier process than trying to grind for Duriel, because Duriel runs can be really annoying because it takes forever because you have to wait for these Helltides to get the Living Steel. And if you only did the Living Steel chest, you could get like 10 every like hour basically. But if you stood here for the whole hour, like you could probably get both the chests in like 20 to 30 minutes if you're killing things fast enough. But then like you can open all the other chests and they have a chance of dropping Living Steels. The only one that has a guaranteed Living Steel in it is the Mysteries, but they only give you one. The chest of Living Steel literally gives you 5, and usually there's 2 or 3 of those depending on how many areas are covered, but you know, we only have the 2 here. We have a lot of people on this, but it's also because the Helltide just opened up, and so this is a good head start for getting all these cinders, because so many enemies spawn during this. Especially, I like how they ramp the amount of enemies depending on the amount of people. Like, I don't think I would have had that many enemies if I was on my own, so yeah, you get on your horse, you run around, collect all of them. Jeez, we're already over 100, this thing just started. And we got enemies around everywhere. Some down here, so we curse them. Bam. Like, if we need to, we curse, and then we corpse tendrils. But for the most part, we literally just see the curse. So I just let the corpse tendrils activate on the auto one to give me that critical strike chance. I don't really activate it on my own. I'd rather sit here and press X and Y. Spam Bone Spear and Corpse Explosion. That's all I need to do. Alright, so we need like 100 more now to get that chest. No, I thought you were glowing more. And I could activate Bone Storm, but I'm not that worried about it. Look at that. It's also like you're fortified like at all times too, so you have that like base damage reduction, which is so good. And then it's also like consuming 5 corpses gives us another bonus, I think like 40% damage. So because of the amount of corpses that the Black River consumes, because I think it does 5 corpse explosions to make it bigger anyway. Yeah, it consumes 4 additional corpses, so it's 5. So not only does that increase the amount of damage already by itself by 130%, and then a bigger radius, but then you also have the node effect of increasing the damage like another 40% for like 6 seconds. So it's like that explosion is dealing so much. Plus if they're cursed and then vulnerable and then slowed and stunned, like another 20% more damage just off of that. I mean, yeah, your corpse explosion is pretty nuts. And then obviously I have it to like rank, what is it? With these pants it should be like 15. Because I have all 4 on there. So this does 10% increased damage. So it's like a 30% if they're slowed, stunned, and vulnerable at the same time. And it does like 70,000 damage, which is crazy. That's insane. And then Corpse Tendrils does like 14,000 damage, which by itself is actually really good with this 6-second cooldown. So I cool down faster than my ring activates. What is this one? Defeat waves. This is easy. This one we might actually put the shield on. Activate Bone Storm, so that we can get a bunch of Bone Storms going around. Help to kill a lot of the enemies a lot quicker. But yeah, I like how the focus, it just adds so much more damage. Like, it basically makes it the equivalent of a two-handed weapon, while also allowing you to have another aspect. I mean, your aspect on your main hand won't be as strong as if it was on a two-handed weapon, but I mean, it still gives you that extra, like, bonus attack power. Yeah, I think it's crazy that, like, the armor can give you extra stats into some of the skills. I pretty much thought that, like, after it was maxed, like, that's all you could get from it, but no. The armor grants you even more stacks of that, and that becomes so much more OP if you stack a lot of items, because, like, I only get 4 ranks of Corpse Explosion from my pants. And then I get an extra few from my ring and the Black River. I'm pretty sure the gloves that I used to have also gave you ranks of Corpse Explosion or Corpse skills. So I could run that and just have a really heavy corpse build and get rid of the Bone Spear vulnerable thing. Like, that's definitely an option, just to run Corpse Explosion like crazy. I mean, having the Bone Spear or whatever is just nice anyway. I mean, I could still run the Ossified Essence to up the Bone Spear damage and everything, but I don't think it would be as much because of how good the vulnerable effect is. Because what is it specifically again? Yeah, it makes enemies vulnerable, and then Bone Spears the shards deal 60% damage. So it just gives bonus damage to the ones that bounce back. So my initial hit will still be as strong, but the ones that bounce back might be a little weaker if I get rid of my gloves that I have now. Or no, yeah, it will be weaker too because I'll get rid of like my 3 ranks of bone spear. That give me a bunch of bonus damage. Pick up that because my bone spear right now is at 9, so I'll go down to my regular 5 again. So I'll probably lose like maybe 10k extra damage. I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, we're only supposed to deal like a 9,000 through my little ones that bounce back, but because we have the vulnerable thing plus other status effects that we can grab, we can hit up to like 300k, which I usually hit on my ones that bounce back, and if all 3 of them hit 300k, that's already like 1.2 million. Wrong math. I'll do hit like 9 million, but sometimes a little more over to like 10 or 11 because it'll be a little obviously more than 300 million. So we'll go down here, or 300,000, sorry. Yeah, but while we're here though, let's go grab, because I stashed him, I didn't get rid of him. I didn't want to get rid of him. So we get corpse skill attack. I don't think we get any more. Then we get a lot of lucky hit chances. We just, yeah, corpse skill attack speed, which isn't that good. Lucky hit chance. The lucky hit stuff is really good. But other than that, yeah, increases the damage of corpse explosion. So we'll try putting this on again with the build we have now, just for a little bit. See how it goes. And then we'll run this. And you'll see the initial hit, the bone spear, will be like the same ish, because what was it like? It was almost like 600k per hit. So we'll launch it. You know, it is definitely a little weaker, a tiny bit, but then our explosions are like way stronger, and they're mobile, so that's cool. But we also get that lucky hit effect to gain like primary resource and stuff like that, which isn't really like too needed with corpse explosion stuff. But you kind of just take like the corpse damage I already have, multiply that by 40%, and it's just immediately way stronger. I mean, when I run through the Helltide already, it is kind of more based on like my corpse explosion. I do hit a lot when it comes to like the bosses for Bone Spear. But I mean, like, the explosions go off literally every second with the ring, so it's just amazingly OP. Plus on the Paragon, I'm pretty sure I have like corpse explosion buffs as well, or just corpse skill buffs. Alright, so here we'll put back on this, because we want to be able to protect everybody. We want to have multiple bone storms. Yeah, like, I don't need to be able to hit like 600k on regular enemies, so I can, you know, use my gauntlets that don't have the bone spear on them. But because they both have like the lucky hit chance, I'm fine with not having it. The only thing is my other one had attack speed, so that was nice, but this also has a chance to stun, which helps with the corpse explosion damage even more. And then my curse can slow down enemies, multiplying it a lot more as well. Because what is it? Critical strike chance as well. So that was another thing here. Seconds. Yeah, I don't really like using the gauntlets though, because it's the sound of the bone dudes being spawned was like just super annoying. Alright. Yeah, so it's been like 14 minutes since the whole tide started, and we already have one of the chests, and we could probably get the other one within like another 5 to 6 minutes, so literally like 20 minutes to get all 10 that I needed. After we get that, we're going to run to Gregory, which I like to call him. I'm not sure if you're supposed to say his name any other way, but it's Gregory. Fight him twice, get our last things to go and run Duriel, and then I'll swap back to my Bone Spear because Corpse Explosion is not going to cut it for bosses. I don't think it ever will. I mean, you can have the chance to spawn corpses, but you're not going to get like, the max damage and everything, and it takes a while for the corpses to spawn in the first place, so you're just better off running Bone Spear, stuff like that. It's only like 90, more like 80 more now, but like, you still need it. And it's also like when it consumes 5 corpses to make the explosion, it also combines with the guys who run away. So there'll be like the 5 corpse explosions combined, so they're even stronger through that fact. And then because the bonus lasts for 6 seconds, it applies to that, the ones that run as well. Because it's not an immediate explosion, it uses the corpses and then the buff effect happens. So, crazy. So I mean, the thing is you basically just spam the curse on the enemies to slow them down, and then once they get made vulnerable through your little dude here, and Corpse Tendril sometimes, it just makes the explosions absolutely nuts. I like it very much. Which means kind of it's actually no, it kind of won't suck not being able to use Corpse Explosion with like a good summoning build, like actually running a summoner's build, because constantly hearing the explosion can kind of get annoying. Like the dudes who summon themselves and run away, like that got annoying really quick when I would use the Bone Storm and then have that, and they would just because they would spawn constantly because there were constant corpses and stuff like that. And like the loud whistle that they gave off was just not fun in my ears, I'll tell you that. Alright, so we only need 2 more, so we'll start heading back. Yeah, I don't think you guys seen like the potential of this build, because I don't think I ever really ran like any bosses while using it. I kind of just did more like Helltide stuff like this. But yeah, has it even been 20 minutes? Yeah, it's been like 13 minutes. Or with that, because we started with 15. No, yeah, it would be 18, not 13. Sorry, I got my math wrong. But yeah, literally like a little under 20 minutes, and we already got this. And then because the other ones are so much cheaper, like they're 75, you can get like another few more chests, and you could probably get like another 5. So you can get around like 15 of the living steels during this. But we got the 10 we wanted. We're gonna mark here, go up here. And then for the boss fight, we're going to want to grab this for more damage, and then this for the 21% more damage. We would use the pants I have on now because they give me the amount of dexterity I need to get my buff on the Paragon board that helps me with close range damage, but I don't know. The 20% damage here is like already good enough for what I need. But let's favorite these so I don't actually get rid of them. And then you're gone. You're gone, you're gone. What do you have? You're gone. Alright. Actually, we'll keep this, because this is a better one. 9,000. So, I mean, we'll just grab the aspect off that, put it on my pants. But let's get going. defeat Gregory twice, run Duriel 5 times, and we'll call it there. Yeah, one thing I'm really hoping is that for the next season, like if I skip the story, it puts me right into the game with the whole map discovered. They don't have to have like all the towns and stuff already discovered for me. I just want to have the map. I don't have to explore it all again, but I think you might have to. Because like I'll be fine with a map with nothing marked on it. Like the Lilith altars, I'll go around, get those again. I'll do all the strongholds again, stuff like that. I just don't want to have to get stuck with discovering the whole map because there's so many like small areas. But yeah, and then you see here, like I basically guarantee one tap with the bone spear if I use the. I still have the corpse explosion things on. I meant to put this on. You'll see I'll do like a lot more damage because this actually helps with like bone spear damage, like a hit chance and all that, which helps me stay above the amount of essence needed for like the ossified essence passive to be like OP. Activate bone storm and then yeah. Ooh, sick! We got horse armor. I was like, what am I looking at here? All right, we're gonna leave the dungeon. And it's like the same thing we were doing when we do Duriel. Literally just leave the dungeon. Go here, reset dungeon. Now when I did reset dungeon, when I first saw that, I thought it reset like all the dungeons here, which it does, but it doesn't reset what you found in them. Like I thought it would get rid of all the aspects that I found in them, but no, it just resets it so you can run through it again if you need to. Which is mainly for the boss and capstone dungeons that you would need to do that. Like when I first started grinding Varshan, I would literally leave the game and then rejoin so that way it restart because I didn't know that the restart dungeons was like actually like a viable option. Basically, I did 100,000 damage to one of the enemies when I walked in here last time. I did 200,000 and over. Like, I love the bone spear. I love the corpse explosion. The blood surge is like the best build overall, but I literally you need like 2 uber uniques, which are damn near impossible to get. With me not even having any of them, let alone the one I want, it's hard, man. All right, so we're gonna teleport down here because we need to go to this dungeon anyway. So we're gonna mess with our gear and go down there because we're probably only gonna be able to do 3 runs, then have to sell our inventory and then go back. But in all honesty, you know what? I might empty my inventory completely. So all the stuff I have favorited right now will go back into the chest. And then if anything, I pull out the pants and the shield that I'm going to be using. We'll go down here. And the only thing that sucks is I could do a lot more damage if I had the amplify damage at 3 and not 2. I think it would be like a 25% damage increase. But I mean, having the 20% is better than nothing. So blacksmith. Let's mark our junk first. Don't need you. Don't need you. Weapons aren't needed. No. I was gonna scrap you. Nope. Gave us some boots, penitent greaves, trash, and you know, mark all junk. We'll put them in this one here, so that way I know this is like all the gear that I'm currently equipping. And then, yep, we have enough runs for 5 Duriel kills. Let's go run and do that. But yeah, defeating the Uber Lilith took so many runs and like so many days of like practice. I think the day I beat her, it took me about like an hour and a half to do it worth of tries because I used maybe about like an hour and like 10 minutes, close to like an hour and a half though, because I used 3 potions, but one of them I used while the potions had like 5 to 10 minutes left. I didn't use the potion all the way. But I had so many close calls. I literally did it and I died the second I killed her. Another one, I just attacked too early. Like, she was still invincible and the last fireball got me. Other times, I literally just couldn't kill her or do enough damage. So on her final phase, she would actually have time to start attacking and I couldn't do enough damage to kill her. And then it took me forever to, like, because I literally had to get an amulet that gave me movement speed, and it just so happened that the one that gave me movement speed gave me Death's Approach, which gave me even more movement speed, so I was fast as fuck. And then I had to figure out, like, the correct routes to run, like, which way to run around, when to use the Blood Mist, and the only thing annoying about the Blood Mist was the timing of its regeneration. Like, I even tried leveling it up, like, all the way, getting rid of a few skills, and it still took forever to cool down. I think I got it down to, like, maybe 18 seconds, and it still took forever. I dodged, thank you. But I would always forget to use Blood Mist sometimes as well, because you basically need to use it on the second time she cuts the map, because you can fall through the hole, I guess, and it does instant damage, but also there's no way to avoid any of the fireballs at that point. And then, you know, obviously just avoiding her fireballs in the first place was rough. Alright. We're going to do 3 runs, see how our inventory looks afterwards. So we got pants. I don't think pants are any of the Uber items. The Uber items, I think, are... There might be 2 rings. I know there's, like, 3 weapons. There's 1 Uber helmet. I think there's an amulet, 2 rings, a helmet, and I believe a chest plate, and then there's a few 2-handed weapons. I think 2, because there's 4 total. So I think there's 2 2-handed weapons that are uber uniques. So you can have, like, all the jewelry slots, plus the helmet, chest plate, and 2 uber uniques. I'm pretty sure it's a chest plate. That's an uber item. Because it's a Starless Skies ring. I don't remember what the amulet's name was. Something else, like... I mean, it's cool with all the Uber uniques, so, like, universal to all the classes, but they're just so hard to get. And they had the new Resplendent Spark thing this season, and they literally were impossible to get because you had to get Uber items in order to get the Resplendent Sparks. But next season, they're making it so you can get 3 Resplendent Sparks, basically guaranteed, by doing certain quests, and then you could gain... You would basically just have to get the 4th one through Duriel or by luck, but that's if you need... because then you get the 4th one, you can craft it, but I mean... That's if the Uber that you get isn't one that you want, when you get it off, like, Duriel or a lucky drop. I think that looked like a sword. I don't know. I just clicked A way too fast. Yeah, the weapons don't seem too bad, but it's just a thing where, like, not good for my build because I need to have the aspects that I have. Right, map, reset, go. But yeah, it's like you grind so hard to get materials to summon this dude, and then you run through the boss fight in literally under a minute, and you run out all your materials in like 10. Because I've done so many runs of this, because a lot of people hoard up the stuff, and then eventually use it with like a group and everything. Which I've said a lot of times when running Duriel is like just common courtesy to do it with people and not do it on your own. But I mean, it's like end season and not a lot of the people in the clan are active when I am, so I just do it on my own for the most part. Because it's not harming anybody, you know. He only has a 2% drop chance for, I'm pretty sure, like, any of the Ubers, so it's like, whatever. Let me curse him. I think that's one thing I've been forgetting to do is cursing him. Curse him, do that, dodge. Let's see where he spawns at. Bottom right. I still have to be careful, because I'm not careful, and I could die. I could easily die fighting this dude, but it's also like, I got boots. That's so terrible. Alright, let's see what we got here. Nope. We're mainly looking at the aspects of these items. Because, I mean, I don't need... whatchamacallit. I don't need new items themselves. I could definitely go for new items, but I'm just looking to perfect the aspects. We got a Black River, but, I mean, mine is completely... 1 rank of all corpse skills when I could have 3, and that's before the upgrade. That is terrible. That is freaking horrendous. So we didn't get his sword. We got a pair of pants, boots, and the Black River were our uniques. So it was a scythe. I saw an S, so I didn't know what it would be. Nope. Nope. Tybalt's Will. No. This would be like Flicker Step. Yeah, I don't need that. I already have a maxed out Flicker Step. Don't need that. Don't need that. Literally the same ring. Nope. And... nope. Literally nothing useful out of that fight. Crazy, right? So we still have 2 more runs of Duriel to go through. People usually go just outside the dungeon and drop other items, but I mean, like... yeah, at some point you don't really need to scrap anything, but I still like scrapping my stuff, you know? Something so satisfying about just clearing everything out. Before we go back, let's go reset. See how this goes. Yeah, it sucks for Malphus. Getting the unique tuning stone is just so rare, and then to get the unique Ubers is also just hella fucking hard. So I'm just fucked through circumstance. I low-key think I might play some Call of Duty later. Play with some people on a group post. Probably not gonna play any ranked because I want to be able to run the Bal 27 and the Morse. I just got the zombies camo on my Morse, the sniper rifle. So I'll be running my Bal 27 with Interstellar, then the Morse with Borealis. And, you know, just have that be cool. It's like I do with my weapons in ranked. I'll run Interstellar on my primary, Borealis on my secondary, or the other way around. And plus, I really didn't feel like getting the Morse sniper challenge done. I think I was streaming while I was doing that, and it was just like, no, I give up. It was that annoying. You had to get 2 headshots while alive. I was literally I'm pretty much almost done the challenge. I'm more than halfway done. But it just pissed me off so much trying to get it that I gave up. Oh, I almost killed him. If I would have dodged, I would have been fine. Where are you coming from? Right here. And there we go. Let's see what kind of unique he drops. We're looking for helmet. He dropped pants. Usually the first item to drop out of him is the unique. Alright, we have 1 more run. And we're hoping for a unique helmet to drop. Because it can either be the helmet I have on now or Shaco. Which, to be honest, I haven't gotten my helmet a lot from this guy in the first place. So, I mean, good luck in getting the helmet. I'll even take something like Starless Skies. Because even that's good for the build even a little bit. Just run through this shit real quick. 600k right there, bro. Come on. My Bone Spear would be stronger if I was running my old build, but I mean, even with my old build, I had literally like everything this guy wanted me to have, and it didn't hit as hard as when he was using it. So it was like, I'll look for a new build. Then I found this one, and it was better for like AoE and everything. Better for defense as well. Like having the shield is just amazing because it gives you so much defense and everything. And I wasn't being fortified, which sucked because I wasn't getting that damage reduction and having like my max essence and everything. So it was really hard to run regular things while like trying to bone spear. It was so rough trying to use the old build that I had. Like I literally, it had to be almost like perfect. Like I don't have the perfect things. The only thing I have that was really perfect is this. I have literally every temperament that the guy like pretty much had on his as well. The attack speed, the ranks of bone spear, the lucky hit chance, and then the critical strike chance. Like it's literally perfect. We got fucking pants again. All right. No Shaco for us. Let's see what we got though. Golem, nope. Distant enemies, ossified essence. Ooh, this is a maxed one. Ours only hits for 39. Extract that. Another 39. We're not gonna need that. Not like I'm gonna grab another focus anyway. I could though, indefinitely, because the focus that we want is more of a lot of lucky hit stuff. But I mean, this is good already. Plus, you get dexterity, which is nice. Because you mix that again with my pants, and I'll be able to get my good stuff going. No. Nope. Okay, and I don't even know why I still have this. Get rid of that. Is that 20? Yeah, because I have 30% damage here. Increased damage while unstoppable. Plus 950 armor. This is 925 armor. Well, so this is upgraded. I gotta remember. So, I also have max potion capacity. Doesn't really matter. I'll be one less. Maximum resource, like essence here. Let's see. So that's what? 6 under. I'm 2 under. And the maximum essence is a really good thing that we want. So yeah, trashing that for sure. So let's scrap everything we have here. I want to keep the Bone Storm barrier one because that's still an amazing aspect to have. I just haven't been able to find it again, which is why I haven't put it on the pair of pants that I have with the dexterity because it's imprinted on here. And I literally have not been able to find it again for some reason. But we'll take this back. We'll take the pants because we're going to extract these. We won't take the gloves though. We'll take the gloves and we'll put these in here. I just wanted to show them off. We go up here, talk to our cult dude. He'll take the aspects off of those and we put them on the other things. Let's put these on. No, it's a bone. This, there we go. Because when running like the Helltide and like just base dungeons, I won't need the Bone Storm barrier. I might as well have the one that activates when I'm fighting the elite dudes. Because then like I'll fight the elite dudes and I'll be able to tank the hits better than if I was running the Bone Storm. Because it only gives you a barrier 5% of your health. Which, I mean, how much health do I have? Like, I have 15,000. So, what am I hitting? Like, 2,500 health? Something like that? Maybe just even 2K? I don't know. But I'm not getting that much of a barrier. With this, though, I'm getting 9,000 absorption through a barrier, which is absolutely insane. So, we'll go imprint aspect, go here. And because we have a new 40 maxed 925 item power, this will hit a lot harder. Even just 1% is going to like make such a big difference. And then with the pants we have on now, give me more barrier, some more defense. Boom. Now what do I have? What are these ones? Ah, yes. They generate 40 essence. How much do I generate with mine? 46. And this is critical strikes gain movement speed, which I already have. I have 14% movement speed. This skill gives me only 11. That was because I was kind of looking for... I don't need new boots. The only stat that I would change here is I honestly wouldn't change anything because intelligence and all stats is kind of what he had for his. Obviously, his all stats were maxed, but I also gained the movement speed, the attacks reduce, cooldown, and then fortified generation is just amazing. I think he had something else on his, but I like having the fortification. This gives me more fortified generation, so I literally I fortify almost guaranteed, which is awesome. But yeah, look, there we go. We made improvements to our build. We didn't get what I wanted, but it's whatever, you know. I started late in the game with like a month left, a little over a month left, and I can't wait for the next season. So I figured the next season, because I'm gonna be summoner, but I might do summoner blood, I'm gonna go for like a black and red instead of the black and blue. It was either I do black and green or black and red were like the two primary ones that I was thinking of switching to, because I went like the black and teal, so blue with this character. So we'll see how it goes for my summoner necromancer. I also wanted to buy this armor set right here. Excuse me, click on the right one. I think I would get rid of the helmet though. I would probably still go with my crown one if I'm able to get it off of Zur again. But like the marking that you get is so nice, and if I make that red, it'll look even better. But then I also like how it's like a bloody, like red kind of look on it. But it's also $25. But I'm pretty sure this will last till the next season. Like it'll carry over in the item shop, so I don't have to buy it now. So I'm not worried about it. And then this goes perfectly with it as well. So I would go into buying this, but that adds like another, because that's 700. So I mean, if I were to want to get that, it's weird how they skip from 25 to $50. So I'd probably have to do 25 and then $10. So I'd have to spend like $35 to get both of that. But then it's like that's the only time I'm spending money on the game probably, unless it comes to like the battle pass. But yeah, it is kind of crazy. These are going away after the season ends because these are season exclusive bundles because you've been in here the whole season. So I kind of can't wait to see what season exclusive bundles they bring out for the next season. Hopefully something cool. And these are probably going to stay the same, but I hope they bring out more than just these, because there's not a lot of like amazing necromancer skins I see in rotation. This one and the one with the dress, like the big dress, are kind of like the best ones I see usually come out for necro. But like all these other ones have like such sick ones. Like Barbarian has some like the sickest armor I've ever seen. They don't have any like the really cool ones I've seen already, but that's still awesome looking. Yeah, it's like in my personal opinion the best necromancer armor other than the ones you can already find. But yeah, I think we'll call it there. We did the last few Duriel runs. This ended up being our build for the end of the game, which wasn't terrible. This could definitely probably get me through a tier 100 Nightmare Dungeon. I haven't tested it yet, but I mean, in the video he runs through one using like the exact same thing. So I mean, you know, not terrible in any way whatsoever. Absolutely loved playing this season, and I can't wait to play season 4 because again it's going to be like a completely different game, and I can't wait to learn how everything's going to work. But ooh, also let's check our new horse armor. Forgot about that. Ooh, I like that's like perfect for mine. Oh, I think this is the one that's literally meant for this, actually. Sick. Trophies. I don't think I have any fire ones, do I? I have the demon head. I can do a demon head. Do that. Pretty cool. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it there. Next time you guys probably see some Diablos when I'm gonna be playing season 4. I'll be streaming that. Basically every time I play it, you'll be able to see the entire growth that I go through. Even though the build that I'm going to be, when I'm running through the game before I get to level 100, we're just gonna start doing a lot of the blood skills. So I'll do this one. I'll go through Blood Lance, and then I'll just start running through the skills, everything. I'll probably go Corpse Explosion again, and then skip some of these, upgrade my minions just in the beginning. You'll see. I already pretty much have all this planned out. The Paragon board I'm not going to worry about till I reach level 100 for the most part. But if anything, I'll start with one of the blood skill bonuses, and then obviously once I get to level 100, I have all my Paragon stuff, all the armor and everything I need, and then I'll start going for builds. But we're just going to go strictly for leveling up. The next time you see me playing, hopefully next season we get an Uber unique. I'm not sure if they're adding any new ones that are going to be crazy, or which ones are going to be good for summoning build, if there's going to be any Uber unique builds based off of the summoning stuff. But we'll see. I'm not going to hold you guys any longer. I'll let you go here. I want to keep rambling on, but I'm not going to be doing anything, so it'll just be boring. But I'll see you guys next time.